That's right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Legends from the Ladders. Two legends that we're all too familiar with. We have got Voldemort QT, aka Bamboozle, playing as the Mongols in the orange. And then, of course, across from him, we know him, we love him. We don't see enough of him. Man with hair, aka Snooper. I don't know why I said it like I'm Sean Connery. I'm going to stick to that, though. Yes, guys, we're checking out Snooper. I'm pretty sure this was, like, last time I checked, this was, yes, just double checking it is definitely Snooper's account still. I wasn't sure if someone else tried to claim they had hair as well. I guess that's a far stretch in the world of AoE4, with many of our players close to 30 now, at which point all their hair is just going to fall out straight away. The Muslim, of course, you know, he just accepted it. He became a glorious bald bugger. Vortex, there's so many of them. But not Snooper. No, Snooper, instead of losing his hair, he makes other people lose theirs because he picks the bloody Malians. Oh, this Civ. Everyone's just hopping on it all of a sudden. All the top players are like, oh, it's trash. We don't like it. It sucks. I'm not going to pick it at one low. 100% lose rate. Afterwards, well, Malians are they're pretty good. We should practice them in team games. Then all of a sudden, 1v1s, oh, Malians might actually be pretty good. Have you seen the trade? Have you seen the gold? Have you seen the Farimba garrison? Which I'm sure the man with hair will be going towards. It's just a case of whether Bamboozle lets him. Because Bamboozle, he is playing as the Mongols. And something we have to respect here is when you're playing as the Mongols, you have the capability to shut the Malians down early on, to cripple them before they can escalate their gold. It's just a question of whether he's going to be quick enough. This is Rack's timing. Well, you can see there's definitely going to be an investment by the time he gets his units out. This is now 4 houses built up. Straggler trees are being played by Snooper. So likely we're going to see him go into Iraqs, right? This seems like the type of play you'd make into Iraqs. There's no way you set up 4 houses. Oh, wait. Pause that. Instead, he goes for an outpost. Okay. But once again, you're going to need units in that outpost. Otherwise, it's going to get torched, right? So we'll see what he wants to do here. If he wants to invest in Iraq still, or if he just wants to rush his tech up timing. Judging by the amount of houses he's committing to, I think he's just going to rush the tech up. He already has the gold required, but food does need to be fixed. Khan plus Spearmen are now on the way, so the Muslim will look to weave his way in here. Outpost will be up quick enough, and he might have to idle a villager here, but 1 villager will be enough to deter the initial Spearmen. And that would delay the Muslim's timing until he's up to like 8 Spearmen at least to try and burn down an outpost, if not more. And yep, Benny Boy's going to get the bad news, so Snooper gets the outpost up. We'll push them away. And this is the cool thing, right? Like, if he completes the mining camp, he can just gather gold, drop off, then hop into the outpost each time. But, woo, no, Snooper does maneuver away just in time. He will finally bring the scout back. That's the detail I was waiting for. I wondered what his scout was up to. It looks like he was returning a few extra sheep, but now he's just going to be camped in near Perma. So this is where you can actually just get out and start building the mining camp. It can be very difficult now, especially considering Bamboozle was forced to invest the maneuver arrow that early. So he has no easy way of getting the spearman back on top of you. Of course, over time, this Khan is going to be whittled down to death. He's also got 3 sheep here. And looking at the sheep count back at home, I'm not sure it's that high. Okay, that's not too bad. So he's got probably like, let's see, he's got 3 with him. So he's got 8 at home. That's not too bad. It's going to last a while. I'm wondering if the Muslim is considering going for trade this game. It would probably be too slow, right? Up against a civ like the Malians, if you tried to go for trade, you're going to delay your escalation timing upon arriving in Castle Age with the initial trader investment. And I think that's going to unlock the Malians' timing on the Farimba garrison. So you kind of have to go for more pressure here or try to castle rush yourself. Problem is, without enough pressure, if you just Castle Age rush, I think you fall behind. And it's going to be the Silver Tree. I can't say I'm too surprised. Like, the temptation is through the roof on this map. It just feels so deliciously OP on this map. This is probably the best map to try and trade on. But you are now surrendering the Malian timing. Wait, is it wrong that the first thing you're noticing is that the cliff on the south is kind of breaking up? Oh yeah, what the Imagine if you came here and casually walled and didn't realize. Hey man, I like this. This is what I call character generation. You know, you never know how you're going to get it. Oh god. We need to talk fancy dress? Oh god. Well, thank you for the sub, Joro. I'll now take that sub, and I'll drop my phone in the toilet. That's how you get out of obligations, guys. Why have I been committed to obligations? I'm committing to the insanity that is watching Malians. That should be good enough. Malians that are now churning in the gold. It's going to be rolling around in it like a rotisserie chicken. Gold really is that delicious for this Civ. Timing should be pretty sexy here. I would love to see the Muslim maybe go for double trader twice and then stop there. Logic here is you get enough gold from those exchanges to make your Castle Age timing and get the initial Lancers out. You just need to hit a pressure point timing here. Your initial spear investment has been sorrowfully underwhelming because of this outpost. This one outpost denied you. So there's one villager idling, building 100 wood resource, and you in return spent a lot more. You spent 480 resources on these spears, and he's still building more of them. I don't know if he's planning to dive this, but maybe like something you could actually try to do if you're Snooper, if you're a little bit paranoid about a dive. You've got enough gold coming in right now. You could easily just switch to generate stone, and then in 2 minutes you have, or a minute and a little bit rather, you have enough to fortify this outpost. Might be just being full greed though. It looks like he is. He actually goes for the cow ranches, so he's going to get that passive food online. He's doing it fast here. I actually love this from Sneeper. What he's doing is actually utilizing the changes. Remember, they did just buff cattle. They only cost 75% of what they did before. So instead of 100 gold, you're now paying 75. Oh, looks like it's payday for the Mongols. He's finally going to start diving in. Villagers are going to be pulled, but villagers are also going to be attacked. Outpost is whittling away at the spears, but so many of them here. Idle time is achieved, so not the worst of exchanges for the Muslim there, as long as he gets a few of the spears away. Remember, behind this, he is now setting up the trade. Did make them do the boogaloo, so they are on their way to the back corner where the market has already been set up. Love the fact he's also getting the outposts up, so we'll have the Yam movement speed. Even without the deer stone, it will... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, this is why you build scouts! A man with hair on a mission to make sure the other man will never naturally grow hair again. Look at the marathon. The Muslim is just running a marathon across the map, screaming, "My trade! My trade!" I hope people drop some subs in his chat because he's missing enough gold in game. He needs to make up for it in real life. Oh, good God. Yeah, it's not necessarily like the traders yet, right? They're now only coming in, but this is going to persist for a little bit. And he's not building more in the meantime. Oh, he could be building out this one, but they'd have nowhere to trade to. That's the problem, right? Until it unpacks, he can't target a new trade location. What's up, my boy Magic? How's it going, bud? It has been a while. I've been on babysitting duty for a lot of this month. But I finally found a time in the day to let loose to catch this goose. Let loose too. And I believe Snooper is almost ready for that Castle Age now. You can just rush at this stage. Wait, it's not... Whoa, hold up. It's not even going to be a Farimba. Why? I thought he was just going to get a few cow ranches and then still go Farimba. You know, maybe like push out some sofas alongside the gold surge. But I guess his worry is that the gold is not very accessible in this map, right? The pit mines are pretty far forward or in the back corner, and the Mongol player could exploit that. So instead he's going to play more compact than an HP compact laptop from... Okay, I don't even know if that's a thing. Someone give me a... There's definitely a laptop model called compact, I'm pretty sure. Or if I see Marine Lord and Magic are still being good friends. Marine Lord, calm down. Don't be like that. Magic does technically have a 100% win rate against you on land. Let's be fair here. You also have 100% Red Bull land win rate, but, you know, it depends which one you value higher. I know monetarily which one I'd value higher. But egotistically, I know which one you could value higher as well. Farimba is on the way, so it looks like it is still going to be that play despite... Oh my God. Dude, I can't even. The Muslim right now has to be like, where is it? I know you're building it. And what does Snooper do? He builds it just far enough away from the card that he doesn't even know there's a Farimba garrison being built. Oh, why have I not been watching more Snooper recently? I love this guy. He is admittedly giving over bounty with each of these ranchers. But this is a Mr. level play. This is the type of stuff that Mr. would do in this situation. I almost feel like Snooper was live and someone made a donation and the donation required that he builds for Rimba. He's like, wait, come on, guys. No, no, no. Honor the commitment. But this is going to make sense from what I was talking about, right? This is what I kind of expected to do originally. I said I wanted to see the ranches into Farimba plus some stables because then you can afford sofas. So that is what he gets out this comp. He could even think about going for scouts as well. Oh, man. Well, the Muslim did at least tech up into step readout, but I don't think he expected the cast timing from Snooper after he blocked out the ranch area. But it's going to be there nonetheless, and it looks like it's going to be a spam of Musafadi Warriors on the way, plus Sofas. A pretty spooky composition, actually, for a Mongol player. So if you build Spears, Musafadi win. If you build into Knights, Musafadi plus Sofa win. If you build into Archers, Sofa will just run you down, and Musafadi will be chasing your heals off. Man, this, as long as he has the eco for it, this is going to be really annoying. Also, these Sofas can just raid the trade. The trade that has continued to boom up. Like, there's no slowdown. The Muslim is a greedy boy. He needs more. Wait, has he only got... There's no way he's only got 2. There we go. I didn't select all. So he's up to 8 now. But he's so stretched. I mean, there's not even outposts all the way along, right? So there's definitely going to be raid opportunities. Wait, the Vils are... Oh, you're right. Oh, no. Oh, no. Has he actually only got 3 of them? Oh, God. So less than half of his eco is benefiting from the step readout right now. That's going to be painful when he notices. He has... I mean, in fairness to him, like, gold is not really his problem. The Muslim has got the trade coming. That's not what's going to kill him. Although something is going to kill his traders, and then the step readout difference might matter. Musafadi Warriors on the way. Now remember, Mongol players cannot fortify their outposts, so enough of these Musafadi Warriors, they'll burn you down. And you know, this should feel like home for the Muslim, right? Many a game he has suffered at the tyranny of a Zerg player. That is essentially what the Malians are. For anyone who has not played StarCraft, the Zerg, they like to just bum rush you with 1,000,001 units. Like that's the power, right? Is in the numbers. That's why we call it Zerging in RTSs. That's where you just bring plenty of units. Unlimited surge of them, in fact. That's exactly what Sneaper's looking to do. Almost done torch down the outpost. Villager is not on the way, so isn't likely to get repaired. Second wave is now coming. Sofas have been pulled back, and looks like third wave is also going to reconvene. So that should be enough to push in. And there's no way in hell these Knights and Archers will be able to hold against that. Needs more troops, needs them fast. Villager on the way, but oh no, it's too slow. Okay, in fairness, he was coming out here for the Uwu. Now, there are Archers in the mix. That can somewhat help, but remember the Musafadi Warriors can gap close if you play away from the Yam, so you always have to be near it. The 1.69 movement speed represents that you are screwed if you play away. Of course, back down to 1.38 when they're not in charge range, but he doesn't really need to charge after them. Instead, he can just charge after the eco. And oh, hello. I believe we are. Yeah, we're getting the increased armor for the Sofas. Now, most people just like their Sofas to be nice and soft, but Malian players seem to like to, I don't know, have steel base Sofas. Like them sturdy. So that makes them a very effective tank for the front line. Now the clash will begin. Musafadi Warriors plus the Sofas moving in. Traders are going to be sacrificed first. Lancers are going to try to back off. Remember, they're heavily armored units, so if the Musafadi reach you, they will rinse you. Villager, they need to stop that from building up. So Outpost is going to be denied. Continue the clash. Remember, there's no Yam in this area. Musafadi are finally going to jump right on top of those Lancers. And Archers, although they are a decent counter from range against the Musafadi, they can get clapped in close quarters. Especially with a count like this. I mean, it's just continuing to escalate. Remember, there's wave after wave come behind. This is Sofa counter as well. Good lord. It's not slowing down. I see big problems in the Muslim's future. Now, he does at least have the eco lead in terms of villages, but not much else. The trade has been denied out. He has got the second TC, so he's pivoting, as he rightly should in this situation. But it still doesn't ail the long-term issue. which is there are an unlimited surge of buttholes coming from the enemy base. That's the only way I can describe this tactic. It's not fair. It's not reasonable. It's like Burgrave on crack cocaine. The reason it's crack cocaine is because you get the speed, you get the wow factor from cocaine, but then afterwards, when you realize you've been spamming Malians all day, you get that crack feeling of, why have I done this? What is wrong with me? What is right with you? Marketplace is going to go bye-bye. Safadi. We can find a few more traders. Archibald really isn't big enough right now. This feels like you're throwing away troops at this point. Crossbows also feel rough. I understand why you want to build them. They're not the worst thing, right? Especially up against the sofas, you need them. But in small counts like this, they're just going to get clapped down. Magic's asking, is this really OP now? They sucked during one lull? I think it's not unbeatable, but it's incredibly annoying. I think it's quite strong. It's a lot stronger than people originally clocked, because I don't think people were looking at Farimba Garrison that seriously back then. The way you have to think about Farimba is kind of like Burgrave with no time limit. Right? Like, if you think about Burgrave, you're like, oh, this really hurts, but if we just hunker down, like, it's kind of like, what's that quote from, oh, I can't believe I've forgotten it, from Shaun the Dead, where he's like, let's go to the pub and we'll just wait until this is all settled over, right? That's the Burgrave rush, right? We'll just go to the pub, we'll have a pint, and we'll wait for this to all simmer over. Malian Farimba rush is more like watching the scene from the zombie movie with Brad Pitt that I've forgotten the name of, where they go over the walls in Israel. You're like, oh, that must be all the zombies, right? Nope, there's more of them. There's still more. There's more, and there's even more. That's how it feels playing against this. It just doesn't stop, because it doesn't have to, because you always have enough gold. It's pretty disgusting in comparison. Now, of course, if you do get to, like, pop cap on both sides, great, right? You are now Brad Pitt. You will find a way, spoiler alert in the movie, you will cure the zombie apocalypse. The problem is getting there. And in fact, if I wasn't an idiot and didn't swap them around at the beginning, you notice how far away he is from doing that. And he's only going to get further. Javelin throw is also now being added in the mixer, so going to have that premium counter to the crossbows. Lancers are at least trying to find a little bit bang for buck into the base, but it's going to be difficult as this goes on. In fact, I think relics are also, yeah, they're being banked as well, so man with hair does not have to care, because even if he runs out of hair, with the amount of gold he's got, the amount of food he's got, he could just buy himself some hair extensions. Something that no toupee could do to save the Muslim right now. That is a lot of troops. This is the other absurd part, by the way. Like, this is why this is like, it feels so much more impactful than Burgrave Rush, because you're definitely going to reach past 30 or 40, right, before you run out of resources. You're going to reach 80, 100. It's never going to stop. And with that, there are more lighters here than there are at Gloucestershire concert, right? Everyone's singing Kumbaya and the crowd couldn't even match up against this. And when these bad boys whip out their torches, everything dies. Everything is dying right now. I mean, the Muslim condensed double TC doesn't really matter when the veteran sofas are in the mixer. They just have so much armor. Sacred Sight's also now being capped. More gold veins being taken. It's not just the gold that he's taking the mick in this one. A few Lancers are trying to be annoying, but that's just not going to do enough damage here. I mean, just look at the raw numbers here. Food and gold, folks. That's where you need to pay attention. That's what's allowing this war machine to be infinitely fueled. A man in his desperate moment. In his finest moment of desperation here. And here we see the Mongol trader in his natural habitat, realizing that he done screwed up. And here we also see the sofa in its natural habitat, sitting on you instead. Good God. I mean, in fairness, this isn't really a loss. They weren't going to never trade again. There's even sofas over here. He's at least got a lot of Spring Towers now, so that's going to slow down the frustration. But You can't help but feel like the Muslim has maybe... He had a knife for this map. He's got like 2 knives now, right? He's increased his control slightly. The problem I do see is that Snooper is at the gold 69 and above. He's about to triple up in military. I think, like, looking at this strategy for the Malians, I think it's very crafty what he done. The Muslim probably felt he had more time when he saw the ranches. I'd love to have got his thoughts on this, but I imagine from Muslim's perspective, because he didn't see this Frimba being built, he saw that there was all these ranches. He anticipates that there is going to be the alternative landmark choice, which means you're not going to get rushed hard and fast. But because Snooper did sneak in the Frimba garrison, it catches the Muslim off guard. He doesn't have enough military to defend, and he gets overwhelmed gradually here. Even when he's trying to mirror it, it feels like it's too late at that point, unless you somehow out-micro this blob attack, right? It's the best way to think of it. Like I say, it's zerging. Like you can try to out-micro it, but at its heart, as long as he doesn't Congo line 1 and 1 in, all Snooper has to do is group certain chunks together and A-click in. And this is the impact of that. Just a great bait. Like, it comes back to that moment. I think that is really what decided this game for Snooper, and I don't really see any way that he loses this now. Oh, boy. I mean, someone's saying booming trade might be an inevitable death wish, like with how, you know, inevitable the Frimba rush is, but this is the thing. This worked because Snooper made it look like he wasn't Farimbering. Look at... That's the term, Farimbering. Look at the ranches. This is clearly him baiting the Muslim. And the Muslim earlier on was raiding on this north side. His Khan didn't spot the Farimba. He didn't know until it was already done. At which point, you're probably too slow to react. Going for a few traders early on isn't a death sentence against Farimba because I think Mongols with Silver Tree into like 4 traders can be very efficient for a fast castle timing. More than that, yes, you're just kind of hang yourself out to dry if you don't have another element planned. But I think what made the Muslim feel like he'd get away with a bit more greed is that he didn't think Farimba was coming. And this was just Snooper's brilliance in hiding that very fact from him. Now, his brilliance should lead him to a victory, because with 100 units ready with torches and waiting, well, 75 of them have torches, let's be fair. Let's be fair. 75 torches is enough to burn everything to death. Feels like a witch hunter crowd. Just, they point at every building. Witch! This is a witch! God. I don't think there's going to be enough places to hide, poor Benny boy. Oh, man. Honestly, you see what I mean? Like, he's... If you think about it, Snooper's basically just running back and forth across the base right now, and he's still then able to show up to the fight afterwards and win. Just a great bait for a great win out of the man with hair from down under. The man without hair will have to wait another day for his victory.